Even though I still had a job, I was partying a lot and just drinking a lot of alcohol and doing drugs, and every night it was the same thing. I was really at a loss. I was about to lose my apartment. I was sent an eviction notice and I didn't know what to do. That part was just really vague. I mean, that time in my life, it was really vague to me because I had been doing a lot of alcohol and drugs. Waking up the next morning thinking, oh, okay, everything's fine, but everything was not fine. When I first found out I was pregnant, I was 20 years old. I had joined a maternity home called Compassion House. And so right after that, I didn't really know what I was going to be doing. At that point, I didn't want to just keep going the direction I was going. I didn't want to keep partying. I didn't want to keep working and spending all my money on drugs and alcohol. And I really just wanted to be the parent that I had always wanted to be. I just went, right to my daughter. I mean, we just formed this great relationship. We love each other so much. She's my whole world, and we have a blast together. And so she's running around everywhere and getting into everything all the time. There's just so many memories you want to write down and take pictures of, but I mean, those are just something to help you remember, but you can't really put your finger on what it's like to be a parent. It's amazing. I went to Canton, Georgia. I was just living with my mom and her husband at the time. They were really lenient on me as far as how long I could stay there, but I knew I couldn't stay there forever. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a house or an apartment to live in. I didn't have somebody like another parental figure that could go and work while I stayed at home with TLP. And I had applied for YouthBridge, but they had a long waiting list. So once I had called Malin, I had reminded her that I put an application in 9 months prior to that fall semester. The reasoning on my application was because I was homeless. Then TLP and we made our way back to Northwest Arkansas, and they had an apartment ready for me in Fayetteville. So I was really excited about seeing the new apartment and calling them, as I was on my way. Hey, I'm almost here now, so you guys there waiting for me. And
so I could just stop by the office real quickly. They have my keys.
And they had furniture for me, and it was just such a relief to go all the way from Canton, Georgia, and having nothing to Fayetteville. I didn't have anything. I mean, all I had was the clothes and the toys that TLP had, and I had my car and just a little bit of money to get me started. I had been accepted for the Career Pathways Scholarship with Northwest Arkansas Community College, and I just started my classes and going to school part-time, and everything was going really smoothly, and I was really excited to be making steps forward and know that I would be able to provide a better lifestyle for my daughter in the long run because of what I was doing through the help of YouthBridge. The reason YouthBridge is so important to me is because of where I am and where I was very vulnerable, and You know, like I said, I had seen what a lifestyle could look like, but I didn't really, I didn't have that support. I didn't know that my lifestyle could be that way. Youth Bridge was the most positive example for me and the most fitting for me. They knew how to fit my needs, and they had positive influences that I could work with in order to get me to a better place. I once was an alcoholic. I once was a drug addict, but I don't have to be that way anymore. Somebody else can believe in me and tell me, there's a better way, there's a better lifestyle. So.